Back on Pure Hazel, she is going to be one of 20 artists that are going to appear on a brand new album released by Undyne Records tomorrow, which was set up in part by Patrick Johnson, who you might know as S.Wells. And I've got Patrick on the phone with us now. Hi, thanks for joining us.
Hey, Ryan, how you doing?
I'm very good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad.
Awesome. So as I've kind of just said there, we've got a very exciting album release tomorrow, haven't we?
Yeah. It's been the product of a lot of work from a lot of very, very talented people, and it's all really rolled together quite nicely. So I'm really excited for people to hear it.
Awesome. What kind of songs are people sending in for this album?
Well, that was actually the interesting thing about compiling all of this stuff. So, I kind of had to arrange a flow for the album, and luckily enough, like Canberra has a pretty diverse selection of genres and scenes. So I managed to weave. There's like a bit of folk in there. There's like some indie stuff. There's some punk stuff. There's some emo stuff as well. So yeah, no, I'm really excited for people to hear it.
With all the diversity and, as you said, the sort of the different genres, as well as just the enormous pool of talent we had, how did you kind of whittle it down to 20 people? How is this a 20-person album and not a 200-person album? It wasn't. It all sort of rolled together fairly easily. It was coordinated through just a Facebook group that a bunch of Canberra musicians were in. But when the COVID stuff started kicking off, I kind of floated the idea of how people would feel contributing to some kind of demo compilation. And then, like, the other thing is as well, I have a bit of an investment in hearing other people's demos. I feel like people are a little bit apprehensive to show their demos to people, like, especially for some of the artists on here. Like, they have like full albums released and EPs and stuff like that. But sharing a demo with people is like a little bit different. It's like a song maybe you feel, a little bit shaky on or something like that. And so I feel like providing that platform to a whole bunch of different artists to just sort of try something maybe a little bit different out, something new that they're maybe not, they're maybe still developing, is a really cool opportunity. And yeah, I just really love listening to demos, and especially I really love the lo-fi aspect of some of these tracks as well. So yeah, it is a real, as you're saying, it's kind of a brave thing for these artists. Songs, I imagine, are very personal to you and very raw and real. And so to put something out there that you may not be completely comfortable with, that it's 100% best, is still quite a raw, beautiful thing to share.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I wouldn't liken it to an open mic night, because it's a bit more refined than that, but it's definitely along the same sort of line. And I think there's like a level of solidarity there, because you're trying something else, something new out with a whole bunch of other musicians who are doing the same thing. So I feel like, all of these people sharing the same platform and trying something new out is like a really cool and interesting opportunity. And yeah, I'm interested to see how people react.
Go Team Canberra.
Yeah, for sure.
It's coming out under Undyne Records. Now, what's the story behind that? Because that's set up by yourself and a couple of other musicians. Is that right?
Yeah. So that's so Kathy Diver originally set it up. We got on a Zoom call a couple of weeks ago with Jamie Leone and Yasmin Hosseini and myself, and she sort of floated the idea about having. There are a bunch of sort of labels and collectives, labels and promoters around Canberra, and she was sort of thinking about something that was more of a collaborative / collective kind of thing, where we're basically 4 solo artists who are contributing our efforts together into like some sort of a distribution kind of platform for artists. And the other thing is as well is that I feel like the lines between promoters and distributors and publishers and stuff like that are really starting to blur in this era. So we are sort of developing something that's a little bit dynamic. Yeah, but and also it's in the early stages. It's like it's only like the second day that the Facebook page is up. But yeah.
Would this be something that if this album is a success, you'd be looking to carry on forward?
Yeah, that's definitely what I would like to do. I think it depends on how people react and what enthusiasm other Canberra musicians have. But I would definitely like to continue this because it was a lot of fun, and as well, everyone was like super cooperative, super friendly, and happy to help. And as well as that, I don't know if we've mentioned yet, but the proceeds from the Bandcamp sales that we'll make after the Bandcamp fees will be donated to the Domestic Violence Crisis Service in Canberra. So we're also just like making money in a community basis, and just helping out some really positive organizations. That's
fantastic to hear. There's such a fantastic cause. I applaud you and everyone involved in this so much. And there is a lot of people involved in this. I mean, to name a few, we've got Yasmin Hosseini, Jim Dusty, Pip, Damon Marge, Lucy, sometimes Endry, Pure Hazel, yourself, Griffin Ford, Kathy Diver, Burley Griffin. Can I do all 20? Yeah, but but it promises to be fantastic. And I also hear murmurs that there's going to be a live premiere tomorrow night.
Yeah, so that'll be on our Facebook page, so Undone Records. You should find it. It's a black and white logo designed by Zoe from Canberra on Instagram. But just a black and white logo on Facebook, and it should live stream straight onto the Facebook page. And it'll be, I think, the stream will probably go for about just over an hour. So we'll stream it from start to finish with a couple of interviews from some of the artists on how they recorded the songs, their inspiration, and it should be a fun time.
That's awesome, and this is completely free as well.
Yes, to buy and own the album, yes. You
should clarify that before too many people get excited. It's free to get involved in the live premiere of the album.
Yes, absolutely.
That's fantastic. So, we definitely got to hit you up on Facebook, Undine Records. You can check out, as well as on the Local and Live Facebook. We have shared all this as well. So just follow those links, smash like, follow, share, help build that up and build that Canberra community.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ryan.
No worries, Pat. Thank you for doing this. Now, Pat, I do have one last request of you. I've got your latest track under your pseudonym S.Wells. Are you able to introduce When the Lights Are Out for me?
Yeah, I mean, it's I recorded it a couple of years ago now, and was just sort of sitting on it for a while, and I tried recording different versions of it, but I've always just really liked how, again, I guess, how raw this track has felt, and I've never really been able to replicate the vibe. So I hope you enjoy it.
Perfect. There is S.Wells, or Patrick Johnson, if you will, of Undine Records. You can check him out tomorrow night upon the release of So Fresh Hits of the Teen album. Let's listen to his latest track now. Thank you so much, Patrick.